World Construction here. We are at the beautiful Waldorf, Astoria? Anyways, a lot of you guys aren't used to seeing anything but my hands. I know they're damn sexy. We're gonna go over some topics today, but we're also gonna go to the pool. And we got Logan behind the camera, and we have just such a beautiful, let's start out with this. All right, before we start getting into our topics, this is almost like a linen wallpaper. It has to be perfectly flat, really hard to install, but it's beautiful. These, the crown's great. We could touch up that a little bit. But yeah, I'm stoked. First off, I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. I feel very humbled that you guys even want to watch the work that I do. So I'm happy about that. Let's go find the elevator and we'll start getting into our topics. So a lot of our topics today are AI technology, software, how I did it, that kind of stuff. And we'll go over here. Here's the elevators. And we'll first start off by talking about AI, right? One of the main reasons I've been landing a lot of jobs lately is because my bids have been much, much better with the utilization of basically AI, right? ChatGPT. Any business you have, if you have a proposal, you go straight into ChatGPT. Please write my customer an estimate from the perspective of a contractor about how to replace their stairs. Please include disclaimers, so and so and so and so. And so I'm pretty bad at spelling. So the AI technology has been a ton of help. What else are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about, you can use drones to survey the land. We basically, a lot of new houses, mortgages, that is all stopped, right? Because the housing market in America, on average, has gone down about 14%. Yes, it does vary a little bit depending on the area that you're in, but for the most part, it is really, really just halted. I'm surprised it's just gone down 14%. But one of the reasons I've been so busy is I've been doing a lot of maintenance construction for investors that basically their properties are falling apart, but they're not living there, so they don't know, right? Because more and more people are renting, because the affordability index of properties is basically lower than ever, meaning it's hard to afford a property. If you guys have never been to Dana Point, we got Waldorf, Astoria, something like that. I actually used to coach track at a Waldorf school. If you guys aren't familiar with Waldorf, look into it. Basically, they teach kids different ways. What are the topics we're going to go over today? Why construction keeps you sexy, baby. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. But before we get into why construction keeps you sexy, we're going to talk about things like how to utilize your software. Basically, the software that I use is called Simpro. Simpro is great. I can even manage inventory, barcodes. My technicians can have apps where they, basically take a picture of a job, write some notes, and basically keep me updated real time. And I can send bids out from the field, which is great. And I'm just amazed by this. This is beautiful, right? It's funny. Boomers are retiring from the trades. For every 5 boomers that are retiring, there's only 1 or 2 millennials that are actually replacing them. It's crazy because, when I was a kid, it was all the boomers who were taking care of everything. And when I was in high school, it wasn't cool to fix stuff. It was just, something you did if you had no future, right? Because I didn't go to college. So what I ended up doing was working for a lot of other contractors. Those other contractors didn't pay me very much. I was doing, excuse my language, bitch ass jobs, right? I always tried to do the cool thing, right? And I always kind of hid that construction aspect from my social life. But little did I know it would come full circle. I was always mechanically inclined, and you know, my grandfather was a builder, and I actually went down to Guatemala and built a house at a lake one time. Do we have any watchers?
Yeah, I've watched.
Okay, cool, great. Thank you for, if you guys are watching, stay tuned because I'm going to go over some really important topics. What was our next topic here?
It was.
Hey, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat some reasons why construction keeps you sexy. I'll give you 1 out of 5 because it keeps you strong, right? You can be your little armchair general, right? And tell your technicians to go. But if you ever go out in the field and you work and it doesn't show that you've done it before, these people are going to lose respect for you and you're going to have to do less work in front of them. But if you're a boss and you've been through the steps learning the different trades and you hire a guy or a crew and you come in there and you're the most badass motherfucker to walk on the field and do the work, those guys are going to respect you, right? Because there's lots of guys that I know who, here, let's keep walking. There's lots of guys that I know that were, you know, they go in the field, they have guys that work for them, and you know, I actually want to show you. Look how pretty this girl is right here. Whoo, baby. Anyways. So, yeah, construction keeps you sexy because it increases the amount of respect that you get from your guys. If you're able to build the time in the trades, you're going to have more success with your. They're going to stay with you longer. They're going to want to learn from you. If they run into a problem in the field, more likely to fix the problem right off the bat, because if you spend enough time in the trades, you're going to have run into a similar problem. So again, makes you sexy because it builds respect. It keeps you strong, right? If you want to stay strong, you need to work out, right, Logan?
Yes.
But if you do hard-ass construction jobs all the time, it's going to keep you strong. You're going to be a little bit hangry when you get home, I know, and you might even still need to go to the gym to work the muscles that you didn't work that day, and you need to have good form because bending over all the time or being on your knees like a little you-know-what isn't really good for the ego. But when it comes to taking off the shirt and looking at yourself in the mirror, it is really, really nice to be fit. So there's reason number 2, construction keeps you sexy. Here, let's keep walking. You guys ready for reason number 3? Logan, you know what reason number 3 is?
Women.
Oh, women. Well, it takes a lot to attract women, right? So you got to be strong, right? You have to have respect from your guys, right? So if she sees you on the job site and you're getting respect from the guys, that's sexy too, right? But another reason is women love competence, right? If you're basically competent in the things that you do, meaning you're able to fix problems that people don't really know how to solve, right? And of course, at first you're gonna work on the stuff that's pretty easy as far as like a contractor is concerned. But as you start to get more advanced, you're gonna learn more technical stuff, right? And what happens naturally is you become more inclined to fix problems or notice problems before they happen, right? So if I'm with my girl, or if I'm with a group of women, or I'm with, you know, at a dinner table and someone starts complaining about why something doesn't work, or clowning on her other boyfriend or her husband on why they can't fix something, and then I come in and just be like, boom, 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 fix it, 1, 2, 3. Hey, don't be mad at me if she thinks I'm sexy, okay? That's all I gotta say, right? So competence is number 3. Why construction keeps you sexy. I got more. Stay tuned. But look at this, how busy the pool is right now. All right, you ready for number 4? All right, reason number 4, construction keeps you sexy. We're gonna actually just do this one And the other things that we're going to talk about, I talked about software, we talked about AI. Before we get to number 4, we're going to go over some of the more boring stuff. We talked about software utilization, right? Those all things have to be done. You got to put in the work when you're younger, working for contractors, doing jobs you don't necessarily like, and talking about jobs you don't necessarily like waiting for the gold at the end of the rainbow, or searching for the gold at the end of the rainbow, because you never stumble across it, right? When you find it, it's very well deserved. I would say that the amount of jobs that I've done that have been just bullshit, right? And Mr. Contractor, let me work for you. I'll work for you for $15 an hour, but teach me everything you know. You know, and then they said yes. Hey, and I'm like, okay, I'll work for you. But you know what they ended up doing? Hey, move these rocks from here over to there, and have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm like, what? You're not going to teach me anything? No, they didn't teach me for months and months, right? Then I realized it's not your employer who really teaches you stuff. It's other people you worked with on the job site. And it's not like you're learning all the trades at one time. It's almost like you're learning little tricks, little nuances about the tools, little nuances about this and that. For example, is, you know, putting a lid on a bucket before you mix it, right? Or how to hold a 4x8 piece of drywall by yourself, grab the gun and then secure the drywall on. How do you do that alone, right? What tools do you buy? Where do you get them? What are they called? And that all comes with time. All right, now that you guys stuck with me, learning about some of, you know, the bitch ass jobs that you got to go through in order to learn, and you can't expect to learn immediately from your employers. You got to put in the work for your employer to want to teach you, right? Because they're not going to teach you all their secrets if you're not willing to do some of the bitch work. But at the same time, you need to be able to put in the work in order to deserve that information. And if you feel like you don't need to put in the work and you can just skip, you know, straight to the good stuff, good luck finding it. You know what I mean? But anyways, reason number 4 that construction keeps you sexy. You see these? These are dangerous, right? If you have enough experience in construction, you're gonna learn how to use these really well, these amazing little things. Actually, I wanna show you this ring too. This is a silver ring of a wrench, and it's a 1/4, and it says Craftsman. I thought that was cool. But anyways, reason number 4 is it makes you good with tools, makes you good with your hands. If you develop enough skill in construction, you're gonna have a really strong grip, right? You're gonna have really strong hands. And basically, what comes along with that is you're just gonna be strong, right? And you know what that kind of makes you? It kind of makes you dangerous, if you need to be. You know, you don't wanna just be dangerous to be dangerous. You want to be dangerous to be useful, to make sure that people don't mess with you. Make sure that, you know, your girl feels safe, right? Mm-hmm. What are some of the other topics we're going to go over? I have a number 5, why construction keeps you sexy, but we're going to go over some of the more boring topics before I finish that. We only got a couple more minutes and we're actually going to go swimming, and I'll say goodbye here in a couple minutes. Let's see here. Oh, sustainable construction practices. A lot of you had mentioned that buildings in America suck. And as someone who's been to Europe, Belarus, Poland, Italy, you know what? You guys are right. When you guys comment that construction in America sucks, it does suck. All right. You know, stick framing kind of sucks, but unless they make it passive, right? What does passive mean, right? Some of you guys may follow some of those popular building YouTubers like Matt Reisinger or that R&R building, some of those post frame guys, and other sustainable building programs. But passive building is the future. What is passive building? Okay, imagine you have just a regular house. Now, on the inside of the drywall, you have your studs. And then on the exterior, you have your insulation, and then you have your siding or your stucco, right? Air passes through the drywall, and it passes through the sidings, wherever there's a pipe that goes in, the doors. Everything is like super shitty as far as like how encapsulated it is and how airtight it is. Now, you can have a regular looking house where it's a sealed envelope. We call a sealed envelope that's almost basically airtight. It's never going to be perfect because you have doors, you have windows, and they're making their door jambs better, and a good builder can make them tight, and your windows are going to be pretty tight too. But passive building is the future. Building a sealed envelope that's super airtight is definitely going to be something that all houses are definitely coming. Two different things that they're integrating into code is a reflective barrier that adds to the R value of a house, where it basically, now insulation's different than reflectivity. So if sun's beating down on the house, you have insulation which helps the heat transfer. But then you also have reflectivity, like a white paint is going to help reflect the heat. And it did take me a little bit to figure out what the difference is, and I can go into more detail if you guys want to hear that. But anyways, construction technology, passive home, it's the future. What is passive homes? It is basically a house that has a sealed envelope, and in the construction process, before they put the stucco on, before they put the hardy backer on, before they put the cedar siding, whatever it is, they basically roll it with a moisture barrier. Something I learned at the IBS show is water and moisture open. Wait. Water, moisture, open. Air open, water and moisture impermeable. Boom. Got it. IBS show, if you guys haven't been to it, in Las Vegas, it does teach you a lot. No, it doesn't stand for irritable bowel syndrome. It stands for International Build Show. It's actually in January in Las Vegas. I definitely recommend to go back. What do you say we try to get in the pool, huh? Let's do it. All right, reason number 5. Reason number 5, why construction keeps you sexy. Logan, do you remember? You know without even really knowing. That's the thing, huh? Anyways, if you know a reason why construction keeps you sexy, let me know. You ready? Yeah. It might be the most obvious one. I'm gonna sound like Ben Mallow, one of my favorite YouTubes. Money, baby! So, once you've been working for a contractor long enough, you are definitely going to be ready to start your own business. And a contractor can pay you 25, 35, 45, 50 bucks an hour pretty well. But once you basically outgrow it and you get your own license, then you can start actually running your own business without a ton of liability, because you know what you're doing. You have the backing of the state because you passed the Contractor State Labor Board test for California. And now the thing is, we might have gone through the exit only, but it's exit only. But anyways,